Hey guys, it's Tammy. I'm back, obviously. So I didn't really have a video planned for this week, so I just thought it would be good if I just kind of did a vlog type of thing about the camp that I was on for this past week. So yeah. So my last video was my packing for camp video, which is the camp I'll be talking about today. So I uploaded that on the Sunday. Me trying to do maths right now. Yeah, so I actually left on that Sunday. I went with one of my best friends, which was really awesome because I know that I would not have been able to do that camp without her. So shout out to Jessica, because Jessica, I just used her full name, what? So shout out to Jess because she was by my side throughout the camp and I love her for that. So basically we had to be at this place, like at the campsite, at 3. So I was at Jess's earlier on at like 10, just after that, and we got some last minute things we needed for camp. We were really nervous because, you know, it was our first ever camp. We've never done a kids camp, so it was pretty nerve-wracking. So a bit of background information. So the camp I went on was a Vinnie's camp, and for those that don't know, St. Vincent de Paul is an organisation which you can find out on the interweb. You can find out lots of information there. So one of the many things they do is hold different types of camps. So they have like kids camps, teen camps, and a bunch of other stuff that I could go on about all day. So the camp was first brought to my attention by one of the teachers at my school who is actually part of Vinnie's. And it was just basically open to anyone. It was like, if you wanted to do it, you know, let me know and stuff, because you have to go to a training camp for 3 days earlier in the year. And my friend and I were like, yeah, let's do it. So we did it, and then we went to the training day in March, which was so much fun. It was so good. The kids aren't there yet because it is only a training camp. And then, of course, the camp wasn't until last week, so July. There's actually nobody from our training camp that went to this camp with us. So it was like a whole new set of people that we hadn't met and stuff. But yeah, so we finally left to go, and we were really nervous and stuff because, you know, you get told like a lot of stuff in the training camps and they prepare you and stuff, and, you know, one of my first thoughts was like, what if I can't like control some of the kids and stuff? And yeah, I was just a little bit nervous that I wasn't going to do things right, because I am one of those people that hate not knowing what I'm doing. Like, I'm scared that I'm doing a bad job at something, and like I need to be shown how to do things, which kind of sucks. But yeah, but we got to the camp, and the first girl that was there, she was one of the other leaders. I had actually met her on the Friday, so 2 days beforehand. I met her randomly in the city because I saw one of the girls from my training camp in the city, and then she introduced me to this girl. So it was really good when we got there because the first person I saw was a familiar face. So she just, you know, basically showed us around and stuff. So then not long after, everybody else started arriving, and I was very lucky because there were actually more than one familiar face there. 3, I think, people from my school that were there, as well as one of the coordinator people who was at the training camp. So it was really good to walk in and see that familiar face. It really did put us a lot more at ease and stuff. So basically on the Sunday we didn't really do much except just have a meeting type of thing because the kids weren't coming till the following day, the Monday. So we basically just went around child-proofing everything, making sure the cabins were safe and stuff like that. So Monday rolled around and the kids were going to be arriving at like lunchtime, I'm pretty sure. I was really nervous for the kids to come, but then I was really excited as well. I found that on the first day, like, it was really confusing at first. Like, it was just like, oh, like, what are we supposed to be doing? And because we had like a timetable type thing, and it was kind of confusing a little bit, and, you know, to kind of get into that routine was a bit weird. So, not gonna lie, on the first day I was pretty lost and I didn't really know what was going on around me. Like, I did what I was supposed to do and stuff, but I didn't really understand it, which I didn't really like. And I felt like I didn't really have a connection with the kids yet. Like, I was still pretty quiet and stuff. But by day 2 on the Tuesday, I found my feet and I started, you know, talking to the kids more and actually, you know, getting to know them and playing with them and stuff. And then after that, you know, I became pretty close to some of the kids. They were an awesome bunch of kids, and I definitely do miss it. Like, it's weird not to have, like, 40 something kids running around and controlling some of them, like it's so weird. Yeah, we just got to play games with them. We did like kite making, cooking, we did like this drumming incursion with them, this like forensic science thing that confused the heck out of everybody, including the leaders. Oh, we did so much stuff. It was so awesome. I literally have Big Fat Pony in my head 24/7. It's a song / like game from camp, and it does not leave your head. It just stays Big Fat Pony all day, every day. We had different like duties, like sometimes you might be on breakfast, sometimes you might be on appetizer games. What else? It was really cool because we got to do night patrol and overnight. At first I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared for this. But we all were assigned to cabins. It was usually 2 to 3 leaders in a cabin. There had to be at least 2 leaders in a cabin. And I was with 2 girls who were super nice. They were really awesome, and I learned, you know, basically the ropes of camp and what to do and stuff. So basically we just had to, you know, make sure they were going to bed on time and stuff and looking after them. But then we also had our day groups where, you know, some people may have been in your group from the cabin, but it was mixed up and stuff. But night patrol, okay, night patrol is basically where you were outside for a while during the night meeting, because every night we had a night meeting with all the leaders. There was like 20 of us or so. And then basically you would just walk around. There'd be like 2 or so people walking around during half of the meeting just to make sure that, you know, the kids are asleep, you know, they don't need anything and all that. And then once the meeting was over, we'd wait about 15 minutes. And then if you were on overnight, that means you would sleep at the top of the kids' cabin, because they were like these really cool cabins, and it had like, it was like 2-story, and the kids would sleep at the bottom. And if you were on overnight, you were either with someone or you were by yourself, and you would sleep at the top. So basically if the kids needed you during the night, they had to go to the bathroom, they were feeling sick, whatever it was, they could come and get you really quickly. So it was really good. It was actually so warm in there, surprisingly. Like it was great. I was on overnight twice. I was on overnight the second night, so the Tuesday, and then the last night, Thursday. So on the first overnight, I got woken up I think 3 times to help with the cabin next door. But on the last night, on the Thursday, I was with my friend Jess. Bad decision, because we were literally having the biggest laughing fits for no reason, basically. And we had to try not wake the kids up, and I really hope we didn't, because I would feel so bad. But that night, no one woke us up, even though we thought kids were going to come up for some reason. Like, we could hear all these noises, and yet nobody came up. So, affirmations. So for those that don't know, an affirmation is basically something you write to someone. Like, it can be a word even, but usually it's like a line or a paragraph about someone. And we did an affirmation for each of the leaders. So we had to write like 19 affirmations. Well, 18, not including ourselves. And we were up till pretty early hour in the morning. I know on the last night I didn't go to bed till like 2, so we only got like 3 hours of sleep because we had to get up at 6. But I wasn't even tired, so that was weird. But yeah, we had affirmations that we wrote, and literally I am never losing this affirmation book. Everybody wrote such nice things, and it's something that I'll treasure forever. I literally, like at the train station on the way home, I decided to read one, and then I was getting teary, so I was like, no, I can't read them here because I'll cry. And then eventually after a while, once I got home, I was like, okay, I'm going to read the affirmations. And then the first one was from Jess, and so I like burst into tears because it was so nice, and I cried so much during these affirmations. Like, I cried for a good hour or so, and then later on I thought about the affirmations and I cried again because they were so nice. And oh my gosh, like I can't get over how nice the leaders and the coordinators and stuff were. They were amazing, and I just can't thank them enough for making my first experience so amazing. So, get to the downside of camp. Camp can be very overwhelming. It can be very stressful, very challenging, etc, etc. Whether it's your first or your 12th camp, whatever, it can be quite stressful, and it does take such a big toll on all of us leaders because, you know, sometimes the kids can be stressful, and some of them try and test you and stuff, and, you know, there's lack of sleep as well. We're eating lots of junk food at the night meetings, which probably doesn't really help. And yeah, you're basically just putting all your energy into the kids, so by the time it comes to nighttime, you're just out of energy. So I actually did have a breakdown on the last full day of camp on the Thursday. So I was on a lunch duty and I felt like it was like I didn't really know what I was doing, and I felt like the kids were just going everywhere and stuff. Like, it wasn't that bad, but you know, to me, I was like, oh my gosh kind of thing. I felt like the other leaders and stuff were judging me, kind of like, what is she doing? Like I said, I'm one of those people that I hate when I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I fear that I'm doing the wrong thing, and I hate it so much. I also have this thing, I can't remember what the name is. You can actually get diagnosed for it, and I haven't, but it's pretty much what it is. You cry for no reason, which sounds so stupid, oh my gosh. But your body just starts like, you get teary-eyed and your throat does the lump thing, and then you start crying. And there's basically no reason behind it, and it's terrible because when that does happen, it usually happens to me when I'm nervous. So when that does happen, it is really hard to explain it to people, because when I'm crying, I'm like, it's bad. It is so bad. So basically, it's anytime I do something new for the first time, I get really nervous and stuff. And I can't really explain it to people because I'm like crying and it's awkward and it's not fun. So yeah, that was kind of playing up because I was just like I don't know what I'm doing. So my activity was next. My partner and I, we were supposed to be doing cooking, which we did, but we needed to get jugs from the dining hall, and my eyes are getting teary, and I was trying to be like, it's good. Then I was just like, nope, I cannot keep this in. I'm going to burst into tears either way. So I just started crying, and I was like to my partner, I was like, can I please just take a break? And then she was like, yeah, sure. She was so understanding of it all, and she was so amazing. And even the person working, I think he was doing a Duke of Ed thing, community service thing. Even he asked if I was alright, and he was genuinely concerned about me because I was in tears. So thank you to him, because he was just really nice about it. Basically, moral of the story, I was pretty I just needed time to breathe again and recollect myself. And the coordinators that did know, which was pretty much all 4 of them, well 3, I think the other one knew eventually, but mainly 3 of them, they just allowed me to go into my cabin and just take as much time as I needed, and they gave me so many hugs. I was just like, oh, these guys are amazing. And I remember I was literally sitting on the floor in my cabin reading fanfic to calm me down, and then I started listening to the Gardener Sisters cover of Counting Stars. I was like, that's all I want to listen to. I remember that's all I was thinking. I was like, I need to listen to it. And I listened to that to calm me down while I blew bubbles. This sounds so weird. I have my bubbles. These are my bubbles. These are what I call my happy bubbles, because one of the other leaders, she gave it to me when I was crying again, and she was like, go into the cabin, and I literally blew them, and it made me feel so much better, because it controls your breathing, because you're so bless bubbles. If you were ever upset, use bubbles, because they are they're genius, they are. But I remember thinking, I was like, what the hell, I am sitting on the cabin floor listening to music, blowing bubbles by myself while everybody is outside with the kids and stuff, and I remember thinking, what the hell is wrong with me? The leaders, the coordinators, came and checked on me and stuff, and they were really awesome about it. And then they asked if I wanted Jess to come in, and she came in and she cheered me up. So she was really awesome, because she knew how I was feeling, because I think we were all pretty much at our breaking point. But the affirmations were so kind. There were 4 people that kind of mentioned my breakdown in it, and what they said was so kind. And I think a lot of them thought that I wouldn't come back on another camp, but I think they're all pretty sure that I will come back now, because I've said I can't wait for the next one and stuff. And I have to thank them all even more. I feel like I've thanked them so much, but they are awesome. They were a great group of kids, great group of leaders, and I loved every minute of it, even though sometimes I was like, get me out of here. But it was a lot of fun, and I do recommend doing things that are out of your comfort zone. I never even knew about these camps, let alone I never thought I would do something like this. It was nerve-wracking at first, and I'm still trying to get used to it, and I know when it comes to my next camp, I'll still be getting used to it and stuff. but it is worth every second of it because I know that I made these kids smile. Like I'm one of the reasons that they were having so much fun, and so many of them really did appreciate it, and it made me realize that, you know, the smallest things to us can be the big things for other people, and I know for a lot of those kids it was definitely such a big deal, and I'm so glad that I could make their time there worthwhile. So I know this kind of got a little bit mushy and all that stuff, but I just wanted to let you guys know my experience. If you have any questions, you know, whether you want to do something like this or not, just comment below or tweet me. All my links are in the down bar. I will be more than happy to answer. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.
I keep going to the river to pray, 'cause I need something that can wash out the pain.